This is the Sword and Shield J3 paddle from the Honolulu Pickleball Company. They're a company that has experience in engineering with various other products such as firearms and aviation, but the Sword and Shield series of paddles is their first foray into the pickleball industry. So far, all of their paddles are unibody thermoform paddles with edge foam injected in the perimeter. The J3 is their standard shape version, so it's 16 inches in length and 8 inches in width, with a 16mm honeycomb core and a Toray T700 carbon fiber surface. It actually has the same dimensions as the Joola Scorpeus paddle, specifically the 16mm Colin Johns version. If you're unfamiliar with that paddle, it's one of the best paddles on the market for blocks and resets. The standard paddle shape it has offers a wide and forgiving sweet spot, making shots like resets from the transition zone easier to perform. While these standard shapes are a bit shorter in length than the elongated paddles, they make up for it by swinging quicker and being more maneuverable at the net. Also, these standard shape paddles don't generate as much power as the elongated ones. It's harder to get more depth on serves, and the ball doesn't travel as fast on drives. These standard shape paddles play noticeably different from their elongated counterparts, but I generally recommend them for people who want a quick swinging paddle that leans more towards a control style of play. Now, everything I just said about the 16mm Scorpius paddle basically applies to the Sword and Shield J3. While the Scorpius does advertise as having a 5-inch handle, and the J3 claims a 6-inch handle, they're actually both the same length when you put them side by side, and I'm pretty sure the correct length for both should be 5.5 inches. As mentioned previously, they have the same dimensions and honestly play very similarly. In my opinion, you could swap this paddle out interchangeably with the Colin Johns Scorpius. I wouldn't have trouble adjusting. Both are great paddles for players that like those quick standard shapes and like to reset in their game. Basically, it's a great paddle for people who like to stack on the right side. I ended up adding 0.15 ounces of lead tape on each side of the J3 at the 8 and 4 o'clock positions, which I found helped add a bit more power to the paddle and increase the stability a bit more. Overall, I did enjoy my time with it, and it was fun to play around with since I do usually stack on the right side when I play. The biggest difference between the J3 and the Scorpius is the price. The Scorpius retails for $250, but after a discount code, this drops down to $225, while the Sword and Shield J3 retails for $145, but after a discount code, this drops to $130, making it almost $100 cheaper. Now the Scorpius also does come in a 14mm variant, but if you're okay with the 16mm version, I'd recommend saving the money and going for the Sword and Shield J3 instead. Both companies offer a 6-month warranty for their paddles, though Joola is bigger and an established brand, while the Honolulu Pickleball Company is smaller and new, so there are still pros and cons for going with either paddle. If you do want to pick up a Scorpius, I don't have a discount code, but I've linked videos of other reviews that will have a code you can use. But if you are interested in getting a Sword and Shield paddle, I've linked my discount code here and in the video description that will get you 10% off your order from the Sword and Shield website.
Did you get that one? Yeah, I did.